and Brown has moved up quickly in order to hold on to that position. Third place is McDonough, and Taylor is making an inroad into number 77 as man gets restarted, but it's too late. Gooden running in fifth place in the number 29. Then you have the number 66 car, and watch out, the 73 machine cutting through the infield almost got nailed. And trouble as the leaders almost take each other out. Brown banged off the number 74 and back in fourth place as we come to lap number 12, and the 1/4 mark of this race is the number 3 of Darren Sizemore. Fifth place, the number 11 of Bedell. Sixth place, the 72 of McMurtry. Seventh place, the number 7 of Rodney Sizemore, and 3 abreast racing, looking for the position around Rodney Sizemore. The number 8 of Bruce Tunney, who had it for a moment, then had to back down. Now Tunney is racing with the lap slow, and Dawsey, and he spins Dawsey in turn number 1, wrecking the car of Bear, and Sloan puts St. John into the wall, and they also got the number 44 of Bussey, and the number 15 of Dwayne Lee, and a chain reaction mess over in turn number 3 and 4. Number 1 almost spins the car, low side move by the number 21 of Dalton inside of Rackley to the lead in turn number 2 of lap number 15. Now in third place comes the number 3 of Darren Sizemore. Connor back to fourth in the number 20. Fifth place to the number 7 of Rodney Sizemore. As Darren Sizemore looks to the inside of Rackley, Owens spins in front of the entire field. They split wide and low. Everybody misses Owens as we come down to caution. Big for them as Bruce Tunney is on the chart. 21 Dalton and 3 Darren Sizemore. Just ahead of that pack that includes Lanham, Van Meter, and Lee. And as Dalton comes to the intersection, his car is getting close in sight, swiping the number 1 of Dawsey. Dawsey, the tail end of that third group, and now sees a hot fight for third place between the number 38 of Rackley, the 8 of Bruce Tunney. Dalton slows up at the intersection, let those others go through. He gets hit by Darren Sizemore going into the third turn. That lets Darren Sizemore go into the lead. Dalton still has second place, can't get restarted. Now goes the wrong direction, loses back to the tail end of the lead lap as a result of the collision. Dalton has lost something like a dozen positions in that contact, and Darren Sizemore runs free and alone in the lead. Second place now 38 Rackley. Third place the number 8 of Tunney. Fourth place the Bruce Tunney, you should say. Fourth place the number 11 of Adele. Fifth place the number 7 of Rodney Sizemore. Then you've got the number 1 of Dawsey, the 23 of Van Meter. The 20 of Connor has dropped back over the last few laps. The number 72 of McMurtry, the 5 of Fenwick, the 15 of Lee, the number 2 of Bill Tunney Jr. And at the tail end of the lead lap, the number 21 of Bobby Dalton. So the number 3 of Darren Sizemore has a massive advantage of way over 1/4 where things are going to get really weird. Dalton is right ahead of the number 3 of Darren Sizemore. Is there going to be payback? At the intersection, Darren Sizemore almost hits the number 11 of Adele, who's nearly 1 lap down as the number 21 of Darren Sizemore, or will they just continue to race at full speed? And what about Dawsey, who is closing up here with only a handful of laps left to go in this contest? They are starting to run significantly out of laps, and the heavy crossover traffic slows them down. And there's Darren Sizemore hitting and wrecking the number 21 of Dalton a second time. Darren Sizemore continues to run as we come down the yellow and back up the green, and Dawsey almost gets crashed again. The white, Darren Sizemore almost overcooked turn number 1. Darren Sizemore may have broken his car as he comes out of turn number 2. Dawsey is all over him on the white flag lap. Dawsey looks for the pass in turn number 3. Darren Sizemore throws the block. No, Dawsey makes the pass to the inside in turn number 3 and 4. He passes Darren Sizemore as they come to the line. In the upset, Dawsey wins the race, and Darren Sizemore on the rack finishes in second place. Out is our way of saying thanks to the Indianapolis Speedrome fans, and all I can say is the rematch, 4 o'clock tomorrow, 4 p.m. We'll do it all over again to see if it gets to the extreme and beyond. Two and 3 abreast. Carroll looks like he might have this one in hand, but 3 wide going into the third turn, 6 cars deep, trying to battle for position, jostling each other, still going. The Sanders 75 and the Weicker number 61 racing for 5th and 6th, with Carroll still in the lead. Man in second. Third place is the 29 of Gooden, and to the outside in 4th place and moving up is the McDonough number 23. Kenny McDonough now to second place to the inside of Mann as Sanders comes to the inside of Gooden, and colliding, Duvall and the number 70 to Fulenkamp knock each other to the back of the pack. Mann in 55 looks for the inside position on Carroll going into turns number 1 and 2. Carroll holds him off for the impressive run being launched by McDonough, who comes out of the second turn of lap number 3 to the inside of Mann, bringing with him Sanders as they go underneath Mann's car that drifts high in turn number 3 and 4 of lap number 3 of 15. Sanders looks to the inside of McDonough going into the first turn, hits McDonough, almost spins him out. McDonough bounces off Sanders like a rubber ball in second place in turn number 2 of lap number 4 as we see two cars collide. Amos in the number 24 car of Reardon. Those cars get disengaged, will move back to green. Still
Cam pressures him. Cannot make a move on the outside. We've got a spin in the third corner. 48 car of Doug Caskins. We've got a yellow light. We've got an accident on the backstretch. Yellow light. More problems here. We have a red flag. Speeds around. We have a spin in the second corner. But Bussey is through the backstretch. They come through the fourth corner as car 22 is spun in the third turn. Traffic tight through 4, giving Cassidy the advantage. And we have a problem in the first corner. 4 cars involved. 23 laps completed this time around.
There was a little bit of trouble in front of Doug Gregg then as they got into the third turn. Like kind of back things up. Now we've got a flip-flop as Darren Sizemore is on the inside groove, and Doug Gregg is trying to make the outside groove.
There's a spin, though. There's a spin.
There's in. Doug Gregg, as Darren Sizemore goes down to the inside. The traffic has decided this one.
Yes. Mark Daly is third, and the 29 car of Brad Gooden. There's a spin in the first turn. A spin, the 40. Oh, now we have a spin. Problems in the crossover. The one car gets up high out. And it's still Craig. There's the 15 car of Lee having trouble getting through the crossover. Lost a lot of valuable time there. And now Greg begins to close in to put him down a lap. Determined today to come back with one of these races if he can stay out of trouble.
Well, we've got a long way to go, and Dwayne Lee.
The 70 car has been mangled. We look now, Dwayne Lee comes around Greg for the lead. Now you call that right. There was Dwayne Lee's move. Now he is shown in first place.
Scoring the race of it for that fourth spot. Sizemore has a tendency to go away, but now, oh my, Bill Tunney Jr. had a shot at Gary Bedell for fifth place and got boxed.
We'll see cross flags at 6 laps of the racing this evening. The number 60 of Williams comes out. Watch out, trouble as Duvall and Taylor have a interesting confrontation that sees Taylor drop out and Duvall slow down. No, 95, it means almost spun. That put the number 29 of Gooden into the lead. And hitting the wall on the start, unforced error by the number 51 of Junior LeMasters. That car is not moving very well, and the rest of the field is bearing down on him. And it is our breaks the left front of the car, cuts down the tire, and knocks himself out of the race of the contact. Now Green spins. That puts Deal into the lead. And Deal forces the Carlton car high, who gets into the Morris machine, who almost flips him over the wall over in turn number 1. We've got cars scattered all over the place. With Carl trying to runs back in front of Smith, has stacked up behind them for fifth place. place. Watch out, a car is spun. The number 31 of Whitaker spins, also spinning with the help. The number 20 of Cross makes up that length in turn number 2. It almost gets put by the number 7 of Rodney Sizemore. Now McMurtry pulls away. It looks as if Owens has spun again at 71 of Frost. Liddell drifted high, lost position back to Frost, and number 44 McMurtry has, rather 44 Liddell in now second place. There's Johns in third. There goes number 30 of Watman, and somebody's leaking something on the track, spinning in the middle of that. Mullenkamp drops out of the number 78 spin in the middle lead. Now Lanham to second place in the number 91. Green back to third place and trying to split between them. The number 71 of Frost. Now here comes Smith and Bussey. Frost gets wrecked by Bussey, and that takes Bussey and Smith and the number 20 of Connor into the wall as we've got ourselves a four-car wreck before we finish the first lap. The officials put on a red because of the wreck, and it started with Frost. Green holds on to the lead. Now the entire second group moves through there, and Smith gets put into the wall. And that will give Lanham the lead in the number 91 as the number 71 of Frost spins around out of turn number 4. Well, and Butler in that sequence has now dropped back 8 lengths from that fifth place number 38 of Miller, then gets a help into the infield by the number 64 of Turner, and in the process, but out of it. Miller in 38 slams to the inside of Wagner, nails it, they'll go to the wall, and Wagner hits it with the right front, then cuts down and hits Miller, as you've got a two-car chain reaction melee in turns number 3 and 4. Eyes the outside. Amos, who's, watch out, trouble is right, gets hit and spun out by Vanover, and Vanover somehow keeps on going as he very neatly took it. The Branham driver's first time out, and there goes the number 91 of Weaver spinning his 91 car, although Barney got wrecked. The number 96 car of Veronica Lanham got nailed into the infield by Duvall, who probably out of shame drops out of the race. Now, almost picks out both of the second and third place cars, now gets back on the throttle, falls back to third place, spins again, was leaking something on the track. That's what caused him to spin. And that will put both Gaskin. Side of green, spinning is now the number 70 of Rigdon. Lamb hits the marker tire once, twice, tears up his car, drops out of the race. Lamb is back. Now the final qualifying position belongs to the number 7 of Sizemore, and the number 23 of Van Meter now tries to follow Sizemore to an outside line. No, Van Meter got hit and wrecked big time by Deal. Deal almost gets split as he and Van Meter rip their cars together. Coming out of the fourth turn, they're down to the inside. We may stay under green or at least race under yellow for a while. The 7 of Rodney Sizemore to the outside of Rigdon for first place. Rigdon back to second in the number 70. Third place, Garrick spins right in front of the number 85 of Pegley, and Pegley spins out of the fourth corner. That puts the number 17 of Reidner in third, and who's going to be in fourth place? I guess it'll be the number 85 of Pegley because Lamb will be second on the outside. Now he'll use the number 41 car. McKinney is a moving pick in 3-line racing. Campbell hits the P-Sucker, flips into the wall here in the main stretch and will come down to red. I think P-Sucker has managed to get out of this one okay as he had a wild ride going into the first turn. Beast really strange as we see as Amos and Sanders get together, and Amos got nailed by the number 93 of Johnson and put to the wall before the entire last qualifying spot. Now Tenney tries to pull him alongside the 72 of McMurtry out of the fourth turn. It'll be Bussey, Van Meter, and trouble as the cars of Tenney and Van Meter collide as they came across the line. I don't know who got fourth place. Each other in the second turn of lap number 4. In third place, 27 Gill. Fourth place, 71 Frost. Still side by side. They hit each other. They smash into the wall hard. Liddell and Smith destroy their cars in the fight for the lead. Everybody manages to get started. Even the number 59 of Taylor almost spun and is still trying to spin out as best as possible. Stiles has got the lead. Oh no, Taylor put the Furr car to the wall big time on the back stretch, and they almost got hit by the rest of the field. Now we're going to circle everybody into the lap race, so it'll get even stranger as we go through. As Weicker now happily puts Gaskin lap down. Vanover spins, forcing the car of Stiles into man, and those cars essentially wreck each other as Stiles comes to third, fourth place to man. 36 running wide. There's the number 47 of Alley. No, Skiles cuts in front of Alley and then probably goes 80 feet in the wrong direction. Now Alley gets wrecked by Disbro, and then they get back together. So there's the third place going to Disbro, fourth place to the number of Gerhold, runs in fifth for the final qualifying spot today with 2 laps left to go. There's Van Meter and Sizemore and Rackley all wrecking each other in turns number 1 and 2. Sizemore moves through into first place, second, 10th place, while up in front. The number 20 of Connor slips and falls back to third place. There goes the number 72 of McMurtry as Connor spins out of the lead. Now we watch as the number 2. Here's Dawsey on the charge. He is moving up to position number 6 in the number 1. Dawsey is making the outside line work. Collision between McMurtry and Frost. He actually turned Frost sideways over the first turn marker tire. Frost straightened out despite the hit and still runs in the lead. Going into the third corner. Takes a hit from down. McMurtry wheel to wheel with Frost through 3 and 4. They touch out of the fourth corner. They grind across the line, and McMurtry wins the race by a nose. Track is starting to rapidly dry out. Back running in 12th place now is the number 77 of Taylor, who tried to make a pass. He spins out of number 4. Taylor's in trouble. He is spun. There are cars coming at him from every direction. Taylor may have stalled the number 77 in the middle of the field. Dawsey is boxed in while Fenwick goes to the top side of the racetrack, holding on to the lead. Each leader is trapped behind a slower car. Fenwick breaks out of the box. Dawson runs into the 38 of Rackley, wrecking both of those cars. Rackley with a flat tire and bodywork ripped off. Dawsey keeps on going like nothing happened, but Dawsey is dropped back to 4th place behind the now 3rd place number 2 of Bill Denny Jr. in the 2nd place, number 8 for 2nd place. Bill Denny Jr. trying to pass his brother, can't do it. It'll be Bruce Denny finishing in 2nd, 3.5 seconds back. 3rd place for Bill Denny Jr.
And we have a problem in turn 1 immediately. As the blind cars stop and we have a spin, but the 99 car is away. Down the back stretch. Race has been stopped. Race has been stopped. Here. As we have another crash up in the 3rd corner. Coming through the back stretch. Bumped. 25 car, 99 car tangle. 50 is away. 21 3/4 is trying to get away. The 05 car is into the wall. 3/4 making a move. Runs over the tire barrier. 05 has been disqualified tonight. 05 is out of... We have a problem in turn 2 with our leaders. 7 laps, 4 laps to go. Johnson, some good racing in the first corner, and we have 2 cars slide up into the wall. Henley, as they come 3 abreast, in the 78 car spins, narrowly a missed contact. Andy Birchfield. Pulls out some 4 car lengths as we have a problem in the first corner. '55 is Mike Sturgill. 98 is Joe Baird Jr. Johnson leads lap 1, F25. And problems here on the front stretch. 95 sideways. Problems in turn 4. Gary Johnson. Whoa! As they literally scramble across the line. What a... Chains have to stay on these cars. And we already have 71 and 69 fall to the rear now. We have problems. We have cars who have broke away from their mates. Here comes the Ox car along pulling the 25. Can these cars finish 10 laps? Ox has made a smooth move in transition in this race. There goes the Ox now through the crossover. The Ox and 25 combo Tandy seem to really be smooth. There's the 23 and 74. $99, 99 and a half combo take over third and pound the wall.
We got one left.
71 coming up for the lead with a chain attached. The Ox has restarted. The Ox has restarted, though, and tries to chase him. Whoa! It's the Ox. It's over. The Ox has won now. James Vanover is second. For Jerry Johnson. He slips a little bit. Now the 75 car comes along inside. Johnson drag race into the corner. Bullenkamp tries to split, but Johnson holds on. What an exciting finish here. Johnson races to the crossover. Who will it be? Al, who will it be? Johnson is your winner. Jerry Johnson Speedrome.
Goes on the attack against Boyer. Trouble as the cars of Weicker and Shines wreck each other in turn number one, blocking Boyer. Flies and we turn him loose. Taylor at number 77 has a quick car, as do a lot of the drivers in this event. But do they have quick drivers? The answer for two of them is no. Gaskins and Full to make one more move to the outside to try to get second place away and almost loses control of the car. Now Amos and Reardon wreck each other. Amos and Reardon wreck each other in the takes the lead. And Canals almost takes out McDonough, almost crashes out of control. She forced McDonough into the infield with a desperate sprint. Second, and here comes the Barney, number 86 of Veronica Lanham, on the charge as we work the backstretch. And Barney gets mounted rudely by the 55 of Mann and spun around. And Mann manages to keep on Alley. And on the outside, Gaskins spins, almost hits Baby Bot. Everybody around Gaskins except for Alley, number 13. Alley hit Gaskins, and he's got a broken left from hits right in the process and spins right now. In turn number two, here come two other cars. They come to the inside, and the number 22 of Greer nearly spun out of second place. As we watch out, Connor Drummer 4. Unruh spins, gets hit by the number 99 car coming out of the fourth turn. Unruh in the middle of the racetrack. Here comes the rest of the field. They'll never avoid him. It's all over for Curtis Unruh. No, they'll stop and almost destroy the car. 22, and now Miller in 38 attacks to the inside of Greer. Hitting the wall on the backstretch are two cars. One of them is the number 14 car. Will come down the red as sorely hit the wall. And now three of the leaders wreck each other at the red flag. Way to go, guys. The number 53. But Turner has lead. Look, cloud of smoke. Rolling up in smoke. Something big time on the racetrack. The number 75 of Sanders. A lot of oil going into... And so, oh, watch out, hitting the wall hard. The number 678 of Bullenkamp, and that takes out the number 17 of Smith. I don't know if Bullenkamp kept on extra. Loses control for a moment, almost hit the wall. Hargraves has one last shot. He runs into the back end of Turner in 3. He turns Turner around sideways in number 4. Black flag goes out to Hargraves, and Miller crashes into the victory. Miller wins the races and crashes as Hargraves was going into the third corner. Owens leads, now it's 3 wide. The first place coming from between cars. Hargraves has the lead and Buckley spins. Owens got hit by Green and spun out. Everybody else keeps on going. A lot of jostling in the middle of the pack as Hargraves rather curiously as Green with a flat tire on the right rear, right front, comes through the crowd and now pulls off the racetrack again, also out of it. Massive risk. Now, Dawsey takes the gap between the number 20 of Connor, and watch out of the crossover. A crash between the Lanham car and Bear. Bear and Lanham collided. Coming out as he rolls again. And Dawsey, who's overtaking the number 44 of Bussey to go a lap down, is struggling to stay ahead. A Bear crossover crash between Green and Begley. Green slips over to the two cars collide over in turn number 1. The number 78 of Gina Oak, as we see JoJo spin to the inside, banging through the first place. The number 61 takes the lead. First place that goes to Chrissy Anderson as the number 7 of Sydney Reiner is helped into a spin and crashing out of the lead. The number 61 of Anderson is out of it after hitting the wall and up to the lead. The third leader in as many laps. Giant spins of the number 68 and sideways across the finish line. It's more or less green. I emphasize more or less because Fullenkamp just got wrecked in the first turn of the first lap of the race by Butler up into the wall. Watch out. Conley's not happy with somebody. He's going to take a run at Birchfield and hits it in the infield. And here's Conley. He's getting out of the car. He's going after the Birchfield car. He's going after him. He's going after him in the window net. He's trying to throw punches and the red flag comes out. The red flag will come out as we've got Birchfield and Conley going after each other, tooth and nail. And Conley throws a right hand at Birchfield. You've got Vogel. Right behind Vogel, you've got Aston. It's almost 3 wide. Oh no, Vogel got into Fox at the same time that Daly got into Fox. I think that put Vogel 1 lap down as he kept going out of the 104 car. Here's the white flag for Schrum, who looks extremely strong in this race and is in the process of hitting a lot of people a lap down. And the 101 car hit short and spins him out. Now Schrum still has the lead of number 17. He gets restarted even though he got hit. Emberton of number 90 now closes in. Schrum still off. Now the battle between Garrigus and Bussey sees Garrigus bump Bussey and spin in turn number 4 and almost hits Williams, almost takes the lead back in turn number 2. Can't do it. Furr hits the marker tire. He's out of control. He spins into the infield, and that gives second spot to Emberton. Baby Bop and Barney wheel to wheel for third place to the inside of Foster, and Baby Bop wrecked Barney in turn number 3. Oh, the humility. More out of control out of the 4th turn. There comes Fardo. The Joy Shines car got over the number 80 of Foster and then put Baby Bop into the wall. So 2 laps to go. Fullenkamp up in front. Watch as Foster got wrecked by Barney. Barney got wrecked by Foster. There goes Eves. There goes Alley. A 4-car chain reaction crash almost knocks the fireworks down. That's not slowing him down. The number 52 can't see where he's going. He still has 3rd place. And nobody knows what to do about Pate. The number 52 as the board almost pushes Pate out of the way. And it's really stacking up behind Pate. Now the leader, Foster spins. Here comes the rest of the field. They almost nail Foster as they go through turn number 2. And Pate is passed by. You've got the number 72 of McMurtry going to the outside of Pate. Now Smith gets spun out in the number 13 by the 77 of 3. Brown has gone a lap down to the number 83 and is now being challenged by the 2nd place, number 20 of Connor, who hits Brown and almost spins Brown out in turn number 4. This 1 lap down and cross flags are shown to the field. Fenwick continues to lead in the number 5. Trouble is the number 91 of Lanham goes for a spin in the middle of a big pack of cars and just barely gets to the lead. Sees Murphy in 65 around Buttram in number 66. Disbrow, the number 52, out of control. 3 cars crash on the backstretch. Kenny Stewart facing the wrong way. Here comes the entire field. Though they miss Kenny Stewart, they somehow manage to get around him. As now he's... Then you've got Luttrell in the number 62 to the outside of Graham in the number 84. And now the trouble is the leader has gotten wrecked. Murphy got hit and spun out by Skiles. And watch out, Skiles is out with a flat tire on the left rear. And Murphy can't go anywhere. Getting spun out. He just missed the part of the racetrack where it was going to happen. Buttram holds the lead as we come to finish lap number 9. We need the cars for the late model fig. Watch out, big trouble as the number 30 of Whiteman has crashed, taking with him Buckler in the number 56, the number 77 of Taylor, and 3/4 of the field cuts to the south end of the infield to avoid the trouble. As a half length on man going into the 3rd turn of lap number 10. 3 wide going to the 3rd corner. Cooper takes the number 34 car to the wall and crashing into both of them. Williams in the number 60. So it's a three-car chain reaction crash on the Hargraves. Comes the number 62 of Luttrell, who almost spins Hargraves out of control, spinning in front of the second pack. His Boyer in number 39. He got hit by the number 78 of Follenkamp, and Follenkamp got hit by Vogel in the number 98. The main stretch is all but blocked as the leaders come out of the fourth corner, and the red flag is displayed once again without a lap. This time, getting him on the rebound, so to speak, was Schrum of the number 17, and Schrum and Mann wreck each other. Hargraves tries to escape to the outside. There's no place to go as they're still wrecking each other, and Schrum gets put into the wall, and there goes Hargraves and McDonough and Odson as we wreck four cars here on the main stretch. And are we going to put out another red? The answer is yes. In third place is Whitecourt, the number 62. In 61, rather. You never want to forget the short track racers running third. Follenkamp and Miller just wrecked each other at the south end of the racetrack as Luttrell comes down to the inside. South end of the racetrack as Luttrell comes down to the inside and takes the position away from the number 66 car. But that pass won't count because the red has come out. Oh no, the Miller, oh no, I don't believe it. Taylor from one lap back came up and hit Follenkamp after Follenkamp had both of them definitely out of the race. The weird part is that Taylor came from a half lap back to hit the guy, and now Follenkamp is starting to have an interesting conversation with the other people involved there about who wrecked who. Away and lap number 20 of the way, I should say. Watcham has the length over the... Now watch out, the number 98 of Vogel hit the marker tire, out of control, spinning on the backstretch. Everybody manages to miss him in through abreast racing. Now it's a three-second part of the pack. Go three wide into the corner, and Country Crown almost taken out. And now trouble in the middle of the pack. Cars crashing, and among them, the number 3 of Darren Sizemore, the number 11 of Adele, and the number 21 of Dalvin. You've got three cars crashed over here on the main stretch. The number 91 of Lanham, the number 24 of Smith, the number 83 of Brown, and also hitting the wall over at 1 and 2 of lap number 11. And through all of this, the number 0 of Kenny Sizemore trouble across the bridge, and so does Kenny Sizemore. Kenny Sizemore spot to keep them running into Frost, and that gives the lead to David Morris in the number 26. In second place now is the number 0 of Kenny Sizemore, the lead. Gap between first and second place now 0.8 of a second. At the intersection, Kip collides with the number 1 of Jack Rossi Jr. It was an easy hit as we see the number 25 of Rotney coming back onto the racetrack, and Dalton has to watch out for Bussey at the intersection. 8 laps left to go. The brothers battle for third place. Who's just out of Bill. And in the crossover, Jerry will slow down through the number 23 of Van Meter and the number 91 of Lanham who collide. And there's the number 94 there coming through turn number 2 with the lead. And Dwayne Lee down to the inside trying to hold on to the position as the number 23 of Van Meter moves away after that collision with Lennon. Morris rather almost takes out the number 72 of McMurtry in the 5th place car. Dwayne Lee now getting a little frenzied as he tries to come to the outside of the number 94 of Bear. Now there's 6 slower cars and the leaders. Two of them collide, and Bear gets through while Dwayne Lee collides with number 17 of Ryder. Who keeps on going. Right number 0 of Kenny Sizemore knocks Sizemore out of the way. Dwayne Lee is not done yet. He still has second place. Third gap in traffic as Bear tiptoes around the Sizemore car and the number 84 of Garrigus. Now Dwayne Lee knocks the Lanham car out of the way through the intersection in a cloud of smoke, and we continue to run understanding yellow as now Sizemore goes out of the way, and Bear almost runs into Lanham as Lanham almost flew into the leader's path. And across in the cross between Bruce Clemmy and the number of Follenkamp has not been able to find the passing solution as of yet. And to make things even more interesting, watch out, Disbro just threw it away. Goodbye, Eric Disbro. And the lead goes to Penrod. Twins car won't run on the turns, so it's basically your basic screwed up mess. Now there's the number 90 of Emberton. Oh no, Knifley got into Smith and that put Emberton in. No, it's Smith. It's Bernardo going for a spin. Taking with him Rigdon. And Rigdon is hooked together with the number 25 of Rigdon. And Rigdon hits the rather... Roden hits Rigdon, and they try to wrestle each other around the line. And Brown hits Lanham and spins her out in turn number 3. 3 wide for the Newsom gets the lead, bringing with him on the inside the number 78 of Bullenkamp. Now Sorley takes a hit from Buckler. Sorley's out of the flat tire on the left rear. Buckler gets restarted up for second place, which effectively is a 21-car fight for the position. Trouble as number 41 of Dalton spins. The number 7 of Romney Sizemore goes for a ride over somebody's front wheel, and the field is really scattered badly as we see the number 47 of Carlton stop to try to avoid the number yard in turn number 3. Washes out in turn number 4. 2 cars crash in front of the leaders. They just barely get through as the number 59 car. Darren Sizemore and Burl Teddy Jr. as Bernardo spins the number 90 through the infield. And trouble in the first turn as the number 25 of Roden and the number 22 of Green get into it, collecting the number 70 of Wickman and the number 84 of Garrigus. Everybody fight for the lead. Then you've got in 6th place the number 1 of Dawsey. I'll give 7th place. Watch out! Tunney got a hit. Bruce Tunney took a hit and got spun out by the number 91 of Lanham. Over in turn number, taking advantage of some of the wilder elements of this traffic as Ford almost got nailed. Ford spins in the intersection. He almost got trained by the Sizemore brothers, and Ford goes in for a change of underwear. Wins the race. The number 5 of Fenwick finishes in second, 4.9 seconds back. In 3rd place, the number 23 of Van Meter. 4th place, the number 1 of Dawsey. Then 11, Bedell. The 0 of Sizemore. The number 21 of Dalton. And the number 2 of Bill Tunney Jr. By my reckoning, the last drivers on the lead lap. Here's second. SPDRM 05. Well, I'll try sending that in here shortly. It's happening on the pits, and I hope that was not Darren Sizemore nearly running into his own brother. Darren, did you realize that was your brother that you were having that confrontation with? And Skiles leads lap number 1. And the crossover crash between Kukenauer and Mann. It whips up the left rear of Mann's car, tearing off the wheel and bringing out the place, the number 28 of Kukenauer. And there's a spin by the number 93 of Johnson. He'll fall to last place. Murphy once out of the 4th corner. They come to the intersection as Weicker spins, takes a hit from Johnson, and then splatters Kukenauer's number 28, destroying both cars and bringing out the red. They got hit by Eric Disborough, who's going in places where nobody dares to go. As a crossover, the number 36 of Skiles collides with the number 29, and Skiles is facing out in 3rd place as Turner passes Murphy for the lead. Coming through the 3rd turn of lap number 6. Murphy to the inside. Watch out, 2 cars collide. Hargraves and Williams knock each other miles. In 4th place, Murphy to the inside, trying to make the move. He nails and he wrecks Skiles, and he wrecks himself and Brown. And the number 984 William of Skiles that is coming to the front got wrecked by Murphy. Now they finally get disengaged. There goes Skiles, having lost several. Bullenkamp tries to move around Skiles. Both cars go high in turn number 3 and 4. As they race each other, they lose the draft, and the number 64 Turner pulls away. Do it as the leaders get closer and closer to encountering Baby Bob. Skiles to the outside, makes a daring move. Turner spins. Result, Browning flies by Furr and probably almost spins the car as Furr does a complete spin out of turn number 4. Those guys through it will not stop at anything until they get those qualifying spots. Cassidy takes Lamb to the wall on the first lap of the race, and somehow everybody keeps on going. And now Cassidy's almost put to the middle. Second place, the Foster at 41. That's the last qualifying spot. 3rd place, 70 Rigdon. Watch out, spinning out of the 4th turn is the number 88 of Vogel, and he gets hit by the number 90 of Bernardo, and almost smashed by the number 13 of Smith as the red flag comes out. Browning hit Barney going into turn number 3. Browning tried to knock Barney out of the way, and 3 cars have crashed at the north end of the racetrack, and they keep on going. To the outside of the old man trying to lead, and Brown got wrecked by Brinkman. That's a 6-car crash at the north end of the racetrack that sees Brown, Brinkman, Connor, and Collins all into it, with Brown and the number 16 car of Cassidy, I should that's on purpose, and landed down to the inside. There's Cassidy, blew a motor going into 3, and Bear got wrecked by Lanham going into the 3rd turn, coming on the 4th turn. Black flag for Lanham. He will not win this race. Winner is Gary. 2nd place, Collins going into turn number 3 in the first lap of the race. Gibson stays with them as they finish lap number 1. 3rd place, Carlton, 47. 4th place, and now the number 80 Bradley gets like number 25 of Roman. That puts the number 31 of Whitaker. The 2 other cars in the wall over in turn number 1. brings out the win. And now trouble is Brewer has lost the entire right front corner of that car. It is broken. The wheel is all but coming off, and it has come off completely with the brake coming out. That's a dangerous situation. The red flag will come out because the wheel has come off. I noticed that our race official. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, you get the idea. I don't think we're going to get him back. And we've got 8 of them running as far as possible into the first turn, and they are all cutting around the marker tire in something I haven't seen since a Three Stooges festival on cable TV. We've already had one guy drop out coming out of turn number 3. It's a 3-driver battle. Oh no, we got down. That'll cut us down to a 3-driver race out of turn number 4. Some of them are running out of steam. Another one is dropping back. And Al, here he comes across the line, the winner. And I think that took something like 45 seconds to win. Al? I've been working at racetracks now for something like 20 years. I have never seen anything like this. Miller. And getting turned around as Miller gets spun around by Snap and escaping everybody else with the exception of one car that may have stalled. Miller is stalled for a moment, and another car to the outside of Oval takes the lead out of turn number 4 of lap number 18. Trouble as Bull and Cameron Styles get together, grinding each other into the infield and out of contention. Stewart leads on the back, starts hitting the wall. Hargraves, the number 31, a hard shot into the concrete, out of control. Hargraves is coming back onto the racetrack. He can't control the car. He'll get hit by several cars as Hargraves is out of it, and the yellow comes out. With Rackley, they nail each other hard, and Rackley keeps on going. And now hits the number 91 of Rollins, who collects those drivers, and the number 20 of Connor, and Rackley wrecks himself out of yet another race, trapping Lana, and the number 96 of Cooper.
And he knocked on that door enough to where he had enough top 3 finishes where he is the May-June Stock Class Championship. So Chris, on behalf of the Indianapolis Speedrome and Sunshine Cafe, which is the sponsor, Sunshine Cafe at I-465 in Emerson, which is the sponsor of both the Stock Championship Series this year, I'd like to present you with your championship Indianapolis Speedrome plaque. Proceeds, May-June champion, 1997, 567 points, sponsored by Sunshine Cafe. Chris, congratulations. The microphone's yours. You got a built-in fan club down here. But our sincere congratulations, and this stock class champion is not an easy championship to win by any stretch of the imagination. Our congratulations to you, your crew, and it looks like a very, very fine family to support you in your efforts here.
Thanks, Al. First of all, I'd like to appreciate Al for putting this stuff together for me in this plaque. Thanks, John. But I'd like to thank my main sponsors, Service Pipe Supply and Pinnacle Pike Auto Sales. I got to walk around the car here so I can remember them all. I'd like to thank my secondary sponsors, Jack & Sons, West Landscaping, Olympic Products, Action Electric, Jack's Pizza in Fort Bill, Sapco Signs, Ace Battery, Lawrence Towing, and Marathon Water Treatment Company. And it takes a lot of time, and I got a lot of people to thank here. My chief mechanic, Joe Sheedy, he built this thing. And
Daly looks to the inside of Cooper, trying to take over first place as we finish the 3rd lap of 11 of this race. Cooper pushes way up the racetrack, out of control, spins in front of the second half of the field. Somehow everybody manages to get around Cooper at a point as he spins to last place, and also dropping out between the cars as they go into turns number 1 and 2. Schrum gets spun out by Coffey. They take each other to the wall, and now to third place comes Schrum. Fourth place is the number 78 of Camp. Second place is Cooper, I believe, in the number 62. Third place, last qualifying stop, to the number 85 of Penrod. And spinning is Chicken, who just fried it over at the north end of the racetrack. And Chicken will get on cars in this race as the 20th car goes for a spin. St. John hits the wall in turn number 3 into number 12, flattening the right front corner of his car. And on Kenny Sizemore for first place. As we near the 2 goes right, Kenny Sizemore got wrecked, spun out big time by the number 34 of Bussy. And Bussy crams his way into the lead. The Everest also temporary go. I guess I have the wrong notice for Kenny Sizemore. I apologize. And now Bussy takes himself out in a spin over the north end of the racetrack. Bussy in more conventional action, coming to the outside of Ford's number 77 and Garrell's number 34 taking the lead as Wiggum nearly wrecked the pace car. Bussy leads lap number 9, 2 cars crash in turn number 3. The number 14 of Oaks and the number 17 of Ryder splatter each other all over the wall in turn number 2. They try to get out of each other's way. They are, as the phrase goes, running. And there's the number 82 of Coffey. Watch out, 2 cars spinning, crash in front of the leader. Everybody manages to get out of the way of Cooper and Sorley as those drivers go another lap or 2 or 3 in the right direction. And now, there's number 36 of Stiles. He hits and wrecks the number 82 of Coffey. He wrecked the second place car coming out of turn number 4. Will stand the green as Coffey gradually running through third place with a 0 of Kenny Sizemore. Spinning in number 84 of Garrigus, hitting the walls, the number 11 of Adele. That blocks a whole bunch of guys. And the number 5 of Fenwick, with this bad luck remaining unchanged, comes the front end of Garrigus. And Garrigus runs over Fenwick as they play demolition derby. They're deliberately wrecking each other here, ramming each other over in turn number 3. I don't believe it. And they're wrecked all in the middle of the racetrack. They're almost ripping each other to shreds as they play demolition derby. They're still wrecking each other as they come down to red. Way to go, guys. Great job. And as we work to lap number 7, number 31, Whitaker maintains the lead. Number 22 of Chris Graybill knocked down early, so second belongs to the number 0. What happened to the number 71? Steve Cross, he's got a converter. He got a hit on the left side. The entire rope panel is coming off, but it hasn't slowed him down. Number 44, Bussy goes for a spin. Steve Cross, losing about 10 square feet of fiberglass doesn't stop him. He gets the black 21 of Dalvin, goes to 10. And that's trouble as number 14 of Oak Spin takes out Bossy and Van Meter and 10. Bossy got hit on the right side. He has a flat tire. He is out of the race. And we bring the number 23 to Gary Vandell. Pulls off his upset of the year as he wins the figure eight by 4.3 seconds over Roger Sizemore, Bill Tenney Jr., number 72 of McMurtry, and 5th place going to the number 15 of place. Bringing, watch out, trouble in the back of the racetrack as backing into the wall is Alley, the number 47. You'll discover here the Speedrome, it takes more than just hitting the wall to knock somebody out of the race. In this case, Alley just wrecked it. No, he still can't figure out whether he's going to be in the racetrack or not. Also crashing on that first lap, second lap I should say, the number 53 in Option is now out of it. And Penrod nail each other, sideswipe each other hard in turns number 1 and 2. That puts Penrod in the wall on the backstretch was Part Shower. And now the number 82 of Coffey spins. Several other cars wreck each other when we come down to red. Things start to slow him down. Miller loses the left rear. Coffey spins. Everybody crashes on the backstretch. And we've got her. And begins his attempt to take over the qualifying position by spinning out and almost taking out Sorley. That is not the way racing green. And see what sort of strange things they do. Green flag flies. And all on the start, number 29 of Gooden was nailed into the wall by the number 15s in front of Amos, wrecking him and wrecking out 3 other cars as more puts the number 98 of Vogel into the wall, taking second place. And there's the Purdue car crashing here this race. And there goes Buckler and Sanders. They wreck each other big time. And, oh, it's the Pumpkin. It's the Pumpkin that's going to take the... Instead, for his trouble, gets a challenge to the inside by the 3 of Barrett Sizemore. The cars touch and spin out of control. Hitting number 20 of Connor, who goes airborne after hitting number 91 and goes out of control. Connor just barely getting back on the way in the number side of Green to the number 76. Then man to the number 55. And now we have a spin coming out of the 4th corner. Barton hit the number 59 car that is spun and stalled on the inside line. Barton backs away. Trying the 91 of Cooper bouncing off the wall. And now Cooper gets wrecked by Johnny Hargraves. And Cooper gets smashed by the number 61. As these guys are racing and wrecking each other all around the racetrack. Here's the white flag out. 34 Bussy crashing in turn number 3. The number 32 of watch out at the intersection. The 27 Hill narrowly hit the wall, and there's the number 38 of Rackley in a crash, and he gets mounted hard by the number 94 Bear, ripping the bodyboard off of the number 30 Bell for runner-up spot. Now we're watching Ryder in the number 17. He got nailed by the 71 of Cross, and that took out the number 5 of Fedley.
Into the wall. And the 45 car and 27 car spin in front of the starter. They run over the tire barriers. We have a spin in turn 2. We've got a 4-car pileup. Car 2 involved. Trouble up in turn 2. Bottleneck up in turn 2. As 5. Dave Lewis and Rodney Stevens and Billy Mann. Got a car sideways now in the 3rd corner. Val Fullenkamp. Rodney Stevens. Oh, we've got a car into the wall in turn 1. 25 lap stock features. Now we have another accident on the back stretch, ladies and gentlemen. More problems on the back stretch. The 27 car. Brian Luttrell, as we have a spin. The 106 car spins. Lap 24 now. White flag shown for Dave Lewis with a stalled car in the 2nd turn, but Lewis tiptoes around Johnson, some 6 car lengths behind him. 108 Dave Lewis takes the 71 car picks a spot. We've got another barrel up in the crossover. The 23 car and the 17 car. John Connor Jr. as a car smokes in the 1st corner. There's Van Meter.
Between Miller and Alley sends Miller spinning out of 1st place and elevates Cooper out of the way and rams her way, I should say, into the 3rd spot. Atsu did not like that and wrecks Barney in turn number 4. 15 of Ryder, and look at this spin, gets wrecked by Morris and almost gets pinned into the wall. And Morris managed to make the move to position number 8. Now sideways is Marcy. He gets loose and he's passed by Miller, who hits the ball in the backstretch, and Unruh, who hits his right Miller as the Pumpkin is smashed into the wall by Taylor in the number 59. And running over a wheel and almost flipping the number 93 is Johnson, who goes up and split with the number 37 of Birchfield. It's an absolute melee with wrecked cars in every turn. Dalvin is trying to use that outside line to move up. Now Dalvin's going to try to look for a slot behind number 1. He can't do it. And Tony drops in. And now the 30 to Riley spins. Hitting the number 94 Bearman Wall. Also wrecking the number 91 of Plant and the number 31 of Critical. Everybody will try to do something to warm that car. The car just jumped and turned right hard and smashed. That's McDonough. Forces now into the wall. And now McDonough is sideways in the middle of the main stretch. He touched Kirby and Foster all over each other for the lead. Turn number 2 of lap number 4. There's Kirby to the outside with the nose out in front. Foster down the inside on the back stretch. Number 36 of Skiles and the number 91 of Cooper wreck each other out of the race. They try to get out of the race in the main event. The number 21 of Downwell is hitting the ball with the loose stuff. It's kind of fine. Spot out of the lead by number 18 of Country Brown as they come back to first place. And Country Brown gets nailed and knocked out of the lead by the number 17 of Ryder. That gives Steve Cross first place in number 71. Landon recovers to run in second place. Jimmy Jones at the intersection of Dixon and crash involving number 3 and Derek and number 1. Yes, and Rex by the number 11 of the down. Crash wipes out 3 contenders of the intersection. The cars are now moving. Busby almost runs into the Dawsey car as we come down to yellow and now down to red. 3 cars total. And number 44 Mustang intersection between the second place and the Virgin. Now, number 94 Miller gets wrecked by number 26 Bird. And now Chad Bird continues on over the over turn number 1. That breaks out 4 cars. Now they give the number 3 spots to number 7 of Rocky Sizemore, but the number 27 of Gilmer's goes around a red block with a 4-car crash involving 3 of the lead lap cars.
And competitive environment. Bobby Long also served as safety director for nearly 20 years. Carl Hall served more than 20 years as a dedicated chief starter. Their enthusiasm for racing and concern for safety is exemplary of all past, present, and future track officials. Inducted July 26, 1997, Bobby Long and Carl Hall, and I'll have Jake Cohen present these plaques, but Bobby Long and Carl Hall are now members of the Indianapolis Speedrome Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you, race fans. On behalf of the Cohen family, being the senior member and also an old-timer, I got the opportunity to present to award to 2 great people. One is living and one is deceased. It is my honor to give Carl Hall the Long family together. Thank you very much.
With me on my right is Pat Long, widow of Bobby Long. By being respected by the drivers for his great concern for their safety, Bobby Long also enjoyed the great sportsmanship displayed by all competitors at the Indianapolis Speedrome. He encouraged them to respect their competitors and to compete fairly on the racetrack. It is with honor tonight that the Bobby Long Sportsmanship Award be established. This will be the only time the recipient will be honored here during these ceremonies. The 1998 recipient and all those who follow will receive the Bobby Long Memorial Sportsmanship Award at the annual awards banquet. Tonight we honor a driver who unselfishly gives of himself, competes fairly, and has displayed great sportsmanship with fellow drivers, officials, and fans of all ages, and especially his cooperation with the media. The inaugural recipient of the Bobby Long Memorial Sportsmanship Award is none other than Jack Dawsey Jr. Jack, you'll make your way here. I'm sure like they say in the movie, he was wondering what's up, Doc, but I'll step over here and give this to Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, you have in front of you Jack Dawsey Jr., the inaugural recipient of the Bobby Long Memorial Sportsmanship Award. Pat Long, representing Bobby Long, the newest inductee into the Indianapolis Speedrome Hall of Fame, and Carl Hall, the newest inductee into the Indianapolis Speedrome Hall of Fame. Our congratulations to you fine individuals, and we've got yet another surprise. Carl Hall is going to flag, he's going to flag the start of the late model oval feature. So we're going to drag this guy out of his retirement, and we're going to spur you on, guy. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Cohen family, Joel, Jake, and all of you. It's a very big honor for myself and for Bobby.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Carl Hall, Pat Long, our congratulations to you. And I might add that through their life, Carl Hall and Bobby Long were just about as inseparable as two people could be. And even after the demise of Bobby Long, they are still one in spirit.
Into the first turn of the ninth lap. Johnson returns the favor and comes back to the lead. Now trouble behind them as Luttrell, Mann, and Williams wreck each other in turn number 2 of lap number 9. White and yellow come out Simon's job in turn number 2. And McDonough gets together with Amos. That sends the number 22 of Priman, I should say, into a spin. He's out of it, and Amos uses hers bounce off each other inside and outside, joined by Veronica Lanham at 86 in a 3-car fight for the last qualifying spot. Lanham gets and spins out Johnny Hargraves in turn number 3. As Owlies has third, number 47 of Crow gets in fourth, and trouble is the number 25 of Roten Spin, almost taking out the 26 of Morris in second place, but Ostwald gets the position. Hargraves bounces off Howard. Howard gets up on top of the number 24 car and almost slipped as we come down the main stretch to the yellow, and I think we'll have ourselves a complete restart. Unruh is back into the last qualifying spot in the number 27. Then you've got the number 52 of Disney slipping back and trots out of the fourth corner, losing the left rear wheel and a cloud of smoke to number 86 of Veronica Lanham. The rear axle came out, that brings out the red. The axle is still trying to complete the lap and goes over into turn number 31 of Hargraves. And Disbro sideways, here comes Hargraves. Oh no! Hargraves gets Disbro and knocks him out of the way and almost wrecks the number 60 of Williams and 808 of Chicken Lewis making the inside move on the baby bomb. Watch out, the number 80 Foster goes for a spin. I don't know if Amos helped him into the spin or not. He's made this next time by. Maybe he was concerned about somebody sparking or something like that. We'll find out shortly. Race is getting hot for third place. The number 40 Brown goes to the outside of the number 70 of Hurricane. Giant slides into the infielder down to the race, taking with it the number 71 of Ford. On the racetrack, having lost several positions in the process. Roten spins in turn number 1 of lap number 2, trapping the number 31 of Whitaker, blocking the number 26 of Morris. Roten goes backwards to the number 25. The number 31 of Whitaker has a torn up rear axle, may not be able to move out of the way. Trouble is there with number 94 and number 2 qualification so far. The number 77 of Ford has a huge lead by the standards of this film racing as he works the lap number 4. It's a one-turn advantage over the number 26 of Morris. And now we have come down to red. We'll go and roll up there inside. Brother Rodney, for the size more, start to do strange things to everybody. There makes the big move to the inside of Morris. Hits Morris, spins him out. Forces Rodney to go wide. Morris got assist there running. Where am I going to go to the person who is in third place? And now hitting each other. Great lead. Rodney Sizemore and the larger tire. These guys have wrecked each other. Which out of the lead lap. Charlie turn him around and now the number 11 of Adele. And a cloud of heavy smoke spins through the intersection. And the Teddy car almost takes out the number 2 of number 72 of Virtually. Now the number 11 of Adele goes a lap down. Smoke in the intersection and number 8 of Bruce Teddy just broke and drops out of second place. And now trouble out of the fourth corner is the number 17 of Ryder spins, almost collecting the number 27 of Deal. 72 of McMurphy manages to pick his way through the smoke and the burning. 4 laps to go this time up. In that group has an advantage, but now there's Lewis hitting Higgins and wrecking him big time, putting him toward the wall, blocking Graham and Stewart, who hits the back end of the number 84 of Graham. In the process, the number side in 37 loses the lead to Furr, 65 probably wrecks Furr and puts the number 47 of Alley into the wall. Goodbye, Alley keeps on going. Birchfield slows down. Furr isn't moving very well. Kraus drifts a little high to try to take that position away from him, and Kraus promptly wrecks the number 93 of Johnson. Goodbye, Johnson. And that puts Kraus and all those spins, and that opens it up for Foster. As Kraus spins in front of the leaders, Foster through into first place. Miller the second, and look at third place. Now the second is the number 47. Hargraves on the inside of the 31. Tries to do it. Miller into the wall. Hard is the number 99. Still keeps on going. He could have McDonough, who is back in 7th place on the restart, is up to 4th. And there, Foster's car erupting, an engine detonating, putting out a huge cloud of steam and smoke and bringing out the red. Sonny trying to get past Cross, hits Cross, spins him out of turn number 4, and 2 drivers flying each other into the infield. The number 70 Higgins spins in sympathy, and Cross and Sonny are still wrecking each other in the infield. Hey guys, the Demolition Derby is tomorrow, not tonight.
All eyes on the flagman. And the green flag waves, and our gal riders are off. And out in front is
leader 27 Deal, second place 20 Connor, gap 5 lanes back to number 95 with Gibson in third place. Fourth place is number 7 of Rodney Sizemore. 3 cars collide coming out of the fourth corner. Number 53 of Owens keeps on going. The 31 of Whitaker, the number 32 of Slow, stalled on the inside of turn number 4, will stay under yellow for a moment to challenge the 6th place, number 41 of Daly. Weaver spins out of the lead in turn number 4, blocking the racetrack, gets hooked by Brown. Weaver across the main stretch entrance and gets out of the way as the rest of the field flies on through. Weaver ran over the marker rider, so he's more or less legal 6th place. 5th place on the outside is Amos, the number 57, and Chicken will dispatch him coming out of the 4th corner. And now hitting the wall is Tommy Hargraves, who collects Unruh, the number 22 car. 3-car chain reaction crash, red flag, fever, and we still have completed only 12 laps. 31 Hargraves from this evening's racing, giving you a $2 discount for tomorrow's competition at the Indianapolis Speedrome. Number 23 of Van Meter running ahead of number 5, of which Henry passed over qualified. The number 64 being driven by Hacker is now a lap down. Somebody is spun coming out of the second corner. That's Garrigus Jr., number 84. He's gone from 4th place to running last on the lead lap, and I'm not sure he's even going to try to restart. We'll find out on test. Radiator broken in the number 7 of Rodney Simon takes him out. Now, the battle between the cars of Green and Dwayne Lee, as Dwayne Lee is slammed past almost by number 21 of Bobby Dalton in turn number 3 and 4. They run in front of, rather run behind Dawsey, rather in front of Dawsey, as the number 5 of Fenwick spins in turn number 1, blocking number 70 of Brinkton. Fenwick and Brinkton are kind of jammed together over in turn number 1. Now they gradually get disengaged, but Fenwick goes 1 lap down to Gary Liddell.
Corner. As Skiles does a loop, and now the other 2 contestants bang bumpers, and we have a yellow car. Barton trying to close in, 4 laps completed. And we have a spin in turn 1, the 60 car. Jimmy Gaskins leads Disbro as he gets a little squirrely through the second corner. Eric Disbro now gathered by 3 cars. And Disbro is able to continue on, but he gets collected up with the 23 car of McDonough. The 82 car spin. That's Tom Coffey as he spun into the second corner and is inverted now with the field, but now gets restarted and is away again. Coffey is away in the 82 car. Bob Higgins still leading in 60. The top 7 will advance. the 67 car of John Hall in the late model Cadillac. Whoa, there's a big crash in the center.
Yeah, Boomer T. O'Malley in the 104.5 car. It doesn't look like a Cadillac anymore. He's been bashing and crashing with his rear end. The last seven that are running go into the grand finale this evening. Oh, another big hit just right off there in the third turn. Boomer T backing up. Nope, can't aim at anybody yet. Big hit right here between the 300 and 67.
John Hall in the 67 car.
Paul Matricia in the 300 car. They're hooked together. There comes another hit. They're going to pick on Matricia.
Looks like somebody's trying to hit Boomer.
And it looks like the 300 car is out of action. He's broken his stick off, Paul Matricia.
Little Thunderbird. The 104.5 car he's ran in the front. Now he's hit into the back. He's still running though, Al.
Boomer T. O'Malley in one of the early big. Right in front of the main grandstand where you have general admission seats today. Normally these are reserved seats, and now you know why. Now you know why they're $2 additional for seeing all the competition right in front of you. 104.5 Boomer, they're picking on Boomer. 3 cars bang into him. Boomer is still running strong.
That was a heavy hit there at the start-finish line. What car number is that, Al?
And a big hit between the 10 and 311.
Crash and dash is the formula here in Demolition Derby. It is not figure eight, it is Demo Derby, and it is crash and dash. Hit hard and drive off. You're not allowed to stay stationary here. We have 3 cars completely gone now as the 67 car radiator is it's hard to read the numbers on these cars, Al. They tore the paint off of them.
They're picking on Boomer T. O'Malley unmercifully.
Can Boomer keep the Thunderbird going, Al?
I don't know how.
The 311 car, whoa, there's another hit. Mark Moss in the 167 car, a big hit. That 167 car is really feisty, will not stop as he wants to smash the 311 car.
There was a brief fire underneath the 67 car, but our track crew has extinguished it and it's fired up again.
Look at that 167 car, Al, of Mark Moss. Really looks feisty. The 5 car.
How many we got left?
Dean Bishop. There goes the 5 car. He eyes Boomer and hits him, and now a big hit. A big hit on Boomer, but he continues to go out. Now he gets mad. Looks like Boomer's gotten mad. Gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, what damage we're being shown out here. There's the one, and here is the time and the horn, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give these guys a fine round of applause. For courage, I think, as this Speedrome race course is cluttered with debris.
The yellow one down here is 68.
There's Boomer O'Malley in the 105 oldie car. Al, we have a big hit already.
A lot of action in the middle. We just lost a tire off the 73 car, Bill Montag. He's still going to give it a shot. With both rear tires gone. Some heavy hitting being done by Robert Day out there, and everybody's out. Looks like some team cars. The 5 and 6 Larry Stover and Matt Russell are on a car hunt looking for something to hit. And our 73 car, Bill Montag, with all
the 66 car is looking very aggressive out there.
Car number 13, Chris Taylor has broken his stick.
Robert Day in car 66. As the tire smoke becomes a factor here.
Car number 73, Bill Montag, has broken his stick.
There's Larry Stover in the 5 car. As we have a 4-car jam up here. The 10 car, Terry Lacey moving. As 6 or 7 cars. Boy, there's a heavy hit out on the 310.
Wow, did Matt Ward slam into the V6 car. Wesley Benedict got a wake-up call. Wesley's decided to hit something himself. He gives a hard hit in the rear end of Bill Steinhauer.
There's the 10 car moving Terry Lacey.
And boom, we got one up on top of another one. What a show 310 team Matt Ward is giving us. He's not only slamming and banging, but he's also flying.
Looks like the 13 car has been destroyed here, Al. Chris Taylor. 13 and 73 have been eliminated. As that 10 car, look at the 5 car, slam into 87.
And car number 11 trying to get moving. I think all he's been is he's been hit and hit and hit again. That's 0-11.
Robert Day in the 66 car still moving. Backs it in reverse and going to bust somebody's radio. It's like 5 cars still moving. The 66, 5, 32, a 10, and 87.
Okay, we got our 7.
Not as well as 310 on top, though. It's not gone. Everything got 7, but 310 on top.
We got 7? No, okay.
Another heavy hit by the 6 car of Matt Russell.
Gas drivers at the Speedrome.
Here comes the 69 car out, and he slams into that 50 car. There goes the Tasmanian Devil.
Now Charlie Potts and the Tasmanian Devil are looking for something to hit.
That car almost looks good enough to drive around at night on the road to the root beer stand.
And 19, the Flash car is to a light hit. Oh, he backs into number 1 car.
It's one of Dale Earnhardt's cars. That's a Dale Earnhardt Tasmanian Devil. He hasn't hit anybody yet. I think he's trying to stay away from it.
There he goes. He got a light hit on the bumper. Well, if you had the Tasmanian Devil on top of your car, you'd try to want to keep him safe, too.
Somebody's trying to hit the Earnhardt Tasmanian Devil.
has broken his stick, the 69 car.
This looks like a skating rink where everybody doesn't know how to roller skate to me. Where's the Tasmanian Earnhardt Devil? There he is, up in the third corner. Someone hit the Tasmanian Devil car. Ouch! A big hit up in the second corner, Al.
Jeff Panat has broken his stick. He may be able to crank the Tasmanian Devil into some debris again.
There's a hard hit on from 69. Look at the fine paint jobs on these cars, ladies and gentlemen. Some fine handcrafted painting.
Yeah, 3's out down here. We only need, what, 2 more? We get 2 more?
There's the E-Trap 911 car.
2 more, right?
There's a crunch trunk for 69, and now 91 passes 69.
And Jerry Cassidy, 16, breaks his stick. Okay, we're down to 1.
And they're right below the concessions. Top 7 go to the finale. Whoa, there is a big hit.
First 2 out. First 2 out are good.
Our officials are, bam, another big hit. And now we have a huge puff of smoke down in the third and fourth corner. Crash and dash at the Speedrome.
And we get word from track officials, 32, Bill Steinhauer has broken his stick. He would be the first one out of the cars that showed. What a hit right out there in the middle, right in the passenger side, a hard hit. And everybody's chasing everybody around here. The 32 car at 050. John Penald has broken his stick off. He is out of the running. Again, we take the...
Whoa, there's a heavy hit on Boomer.
Philip Coy is out.
There's a heavy hit on Boomer O'Malley. But that Gran Torino continues to run minus a door. How do you drive a demolition car with no door? Look at these guys go, man. There's one in the middle in the 1045 car. As it looks like about a third of our field is stopped.
Somewhere out there, Boomer T. O'Malley is still going. His right side door is ripped off. Boomer T. O'Malley is still moving, and he backs into the number 5. Larry Stover breaks his stick. He puts a hit on the 61 car of William Callan. Go ahead, put him on the clock. North end, Roy Malley got hit by the 69X, Denny Shade.
Whoa! A huge bash there on Boomer. Is that the end of Boomer? I see a dash light on. Is it the end of Boomer, ladies and gentlemen?
Front stretch. Boomer T. O'Malley gave it a big shot. Raced most of that without the right door on. And Boomer is now a spectator for the remainder of our demolition. And looks like 61 getting ahead of steam as Clayton Roden gets hit.
All of a sudden now, Al.
And 15, Roy Nally.
Whoa! 29 has a heavy hit. Around slowly.
Be very wary of him. This one comes from scoring. Okay.
Oh, there's a hit by 16 on 66. There's a...
They call it 0
out there in car 40. There's Robbie Gordon out there, Al, in the Coors Light car.
That was Mark Moss really ganging up on that one car there.
Whoa, there's a rear end hit.
Another hit by Mark Moss.
Another big hit here in front of the main grandstand and a fire. We get a little bit of a fire in one of the cars here in front of the grandstand. Dashing at the Speedrome. Who will win the trophy and the money here tonight? 167 chasing 534. Big hit up there in the third corner.
Showing what, 7 laps?
There's a rear end hit up in the fourth corner. These cars have been destroyed so bad it's hard to read the numbers off of them this late in the evening. But there is 534 pushing the 911. That could be the end of 911.
His exhaust pipe, and
it could be trouble now. Could be trouble there. No, 911 is moving again.
Friend.
.911 still limping around on the race course, and he still is moving. There's another hit on 911. Another hit on the front back of the grandstand. Whoa, they're trying to, this one, it could be over for 9. No, as sure as I say that, he started again, but here comes another hit.
Still moving. Clayton Roden moves in trying to finish him off. And down here, Mark Moss and the 534 of Marty Keller. And X puts a hit on Marty Keller.
Here comes a hit, Al. Here comes a hit.
7 of Mark Moss is left. They're out there.
He's running before, but he always runs to tear up, so we make a case that he's the only one who's out there in front of him. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And Clayton
Look out!
Wham! Right into Mark Moss. Wham! Right into Mark Moss. Roden's getting the spirit. Roden is one of our late model and stock class drivers who's a late model rookie. And Roden just went ahead and took a shot at Mark Moss. We might add that the 3 cars comes out and supports us. Whoa! Mark Moss, Mill. If you like this action, we come back September 20th with our King of the Hit. More and more crashing and banging.
Here comes a front end hit, Al, maybe.
And is this for Clayton Roden? He's getting beat up, battered. And 69X.
Look out, Al.
Going to try to back.
Look out, Al.
To Danny Shane.
Look out.
Danny Shane, we got, says I'm going to stay out of it except to finish off Clayton Roden, maybe. And Clayton Roden. Clayton Roden out of his car, hearing the cheers.
There was a big hit on 67 down below us, Al.
And down below us, they're trying to finish off the 167 of Mark Moss. They're ganging up on him pretty good. We do this again September 20th. We'll have over 50 demolition derby cars. And the good news is they will be back. Mark Moss is running. 3 cars
He's
left.
mad, Al. He's mad.
Mark Moss is taking off after the 69X of Danny Shane.
Mark Moss is mad.
Here comes the 05, Dean Bishop. Yeah, rear end. He's on the side.
Al.
He's going to be a sandwich, and he's... Nope.
He's going to get his arm broke if he doesn't get his... He wants to take that stick off, I believe.
He's still in it.
We're winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win the big money here at the Speed? Playing possum now.
And he's going after...
Your man, Mark Moss, is mad. Mark Moss is mad. He was playing possum. We thought he was dead, and now... Bam! Look at Moss, though. He refused. Look at Moss. Are we down to 2 cars, Al?
No, not quite. The 69X is still there. We still have 3. Danny Shane is on the clock.
167 best off sitting there. We can wipe the 69X.
And now Morris gets hit and whoop by number 38 and Rockley. No surprise there. And Morris slows down in a 3-wide. Oh, now Morris came down and wrecked the numbers 11 of Adele into the number 47 of Claude. But going into the first corner of this country round, hitting and spinning out. Ryder down to the inside, passed by everybody else on the track. And the record is Paul Higgins. John has almost boxed himself in, but he manages to fight out of the box. Going above Wynn at the 95 and around the number 19 of Gisbro. That's right, there's another one. Now trouble is Chicken got wrecked by Latrell. Chicken gets thrown out big time in the number 106 car. Tries to get restarted, so at least he has a shot at one of the qualifying speed going 1 lap down. That is Jeff Smith, who almost picks off the number 40 pound as there goes the number 111 and Spurgeon's being helplessly out of control. And there's the number 105 of Smith spinning over the mark tire and almost wrecking the 4th place number 92 of Johnson. And now here comes the spinning number 14 of Sorley, right ahead of the second pack. Tries to get restarted. Sorley's number 14 going up in smoke. The car is not moving. Smoke billows for the number 14 of Sorley. The machine is just now running in the wrong direction. Well, let's see. There's Skiles over to talk to Cooper. And he says, hello, Bruce. And while those guys have their discussion in the infield, let's pay attention to who's leading the race. It's currently the number 30 of White. Second place, the number 39 of Boyer. In the inside of Gooden to take the spot, but instead Gooden's going to use the number 17 of Drum as a moving quick to try to hold on. Now to the left. And Penrod brings out the red. As Mr. Skiles, where are you going? He is going over to talk to Mr. Cooper. Here are our track officials telling Mr. Skiles, I'm sorry, sir, you will have to talk to Mr. Cooper later on tonight. Goodbye, Mr. Skiles. Happy days and happy trails to you. In the place guy at the point, Tunney's in trouble. He's stalled and trying to get going again, and Tunney can't get the car to run. He's got some sort of suspension problem. Tunney, the number 2 is in trouble. Can't move forward, trying to move backwards. It's the number 53 of Holmes who's been some trouble. Morris gets hit by him. Morris keeps on going. Orange tries to go one place or another. Now gets restarted just as the back comes through. Holmes in the orange gear, right, getting a quick away. We're still under yellow for you. Watch out, Down to Caution Castle. The 20th car, number 30, roundly get into each other. Quick down over the drive out of the racetrack. He was on the roof. Collision crossover between the number 7 of Bobby Sizemore and 34 Sloan takes the fourth out. And it also takes in the number 44 of Bossy. They come down to red. And covering the 33rd lap of the race, a one-turn advantage is Bossy. Down to the inside, takes the second place away. And now, there's the 23 Van Meter almost flying. Oh, no, country dog racing the road racer. Got miles driven by the number 11 of Bedell. Bedell keeps on going. Country Proud in a bad position of the Indian.
Cars locked up in the fourth. So keep your eyes on the top three positions. Off the fourth corner, and we have a spin. The 35 car, 57 car, Greg Sloan, and the 35 car of Mike Hughes, Tangle. We have a red flag on the car. With no incidents to this point. Bobby Klaus now opens up a 4-car lead. Sees a lot of empty racetrack, and now we do have a car in the wall. On the backstretch, we have 2 cars turn face. Top finishers go on to the feature. And the 72 car spins into the infield, and the tires lead. Red flag on the race course now. In 22. Hargraves holds on now. 15 laps. 1 completed now as we have a spin again. 3 cars involved in a spin up in corner 2 with Smith. 3 more cars now in the second corner they bump. We're still under yellow though. McGee comes sliding across the line as we have a wild finish to this B-stock feature. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a cloud of dust for y'all. 115, Jack Smith, your winner here in the B feature, followed by Dave McGee. Alan Hargraves in 22. Cheerleading being done out there in the middle of the race course. Who is that, Al? Yeah, that's the 111 car of Tim Spurgeon.
I think he's politely telling the officials, gee whiz, officials, I really don't know what happened out there. But he's explaining his side of it as Jack Smith goes on his victory ride.
We have a car smoking in corner out to the car. 71 car, Greg Boyd. And there's a spin. And ground 4 laps completed of 25. There's the 14 car. Here. Make a new racing line as the 14 cars spun around. A very precarious spot. Gordon White, Gordon, car 24. She slams the wall.
Almost gets second place coming out of the second turn of lap number 6. Coming out of the fourth corner, trouble as the number 84 of Graham and the number 16 of Johns collide nose to nose, and they sit stuck in the middle and make a major difference here as we come to the closing stages of this race. 61 of Weicker will win this run. Then it will be McDonough, Lachelle, the number 78 of Fullenkamp, and the number 39 of Breuer will get the qualifying spots to the main event. And hitting the wall, crashing at the end of the race, is the number 91, driven by Dawson Weaver, who hit the wall after the checkered flag had come out. Fights back and rolls to the inside of Martin's number 76, taking the spot. Birchfield, the leader, spins in front of the entire field. Everybody just barely misses. The Birchfield car is stalled and facing the wrong direction as he's qualifying spot back going into the third turn of lap number 9. Puts Miller out of the way and crashes himself. And Mr. Williams says, thank you very much, guys, for wrecking each other. For 87, trying to trade some paint with the number 101 of Radcliffe. And they help each other into a spin. Goodbye, Radcliffe, and Smith just barely gets out of the way. Now, man, aims at that bias. Man all over now, going into the first turn of the lap. Oh, there goes the number 5 of Smith into a spin in a shroud of smoke as he tries to get out of the way. Last chance for the number 55 of Man to make the move spot and takes it out of turn number 4. As the number 2 putting the wall hard by the number 31 of Whitaker, who spins into the infield, blocking Connor and everybody else. Then he tries to pull off the racetrack with a damaged race car and now stops. Tony, the number 2, is trying to move around the number 31 of Whitaker. We'll see each other side by side. It's getting personal between them. As they come to the right flag, they slide each other. Baron Duke for a spin. Gibson steals the last qualifying spot to the main. The number 7 of Rodney Sizemore, sensibly ahead of this madness, comes out of turn number 4 and wins the race. And watch out, Bakery will take the rope up in front, followed by Roten, who sponsors himself, and Rackley, sponsored by a guy that builds buildings, and he ran into the back end of the rope. Roten for a spin, will trap the second half of the field. He got hit by Rackley, who got hit by Frost, who got hit by Collins, who trapped the number 17 of Reidner. The full moon is out at the Indianapolis Speedrome tonight. And Reardon in third place is the number 22 of Hargraves as he finished lap number 1. Goodbye in a spin to the number 37 of Birchfield. And in fourth, there's the number 87 of Rackley getting wrecked by Miller in turn number 3. They're sideways in turn number 4. They get restarted. They're still moving to second. The number 85 car being driven by Penrod is basically stopping on the racetrack. And it got smashed to the back end by the 38 of Miller. And it all but restarted Penrod's car as Billy's trying to come to the inside of Buck for the last qualifying spot to the main event. And Buck's almost up to Facebook concrete by the number 101 car, who does get himself a Facebook concrete in turn number 3. Well, there's the engine, and he's out of it. White flag flies, and he's kind of not moving very well in the air of turn number 3. There's closing on the number 70 Ringland for the last qualifying spot. Trouble, he goes for a spin. So does Scott. There's Ringland and Curtis coming down to the inside, getting third and fourth place. And number 25 Foster hits the wall, and there's number 53 of Collins, who come around and give the last qualifying spot to the main event right on the lead. Tony itself with third place is not in brand new cars, not quite up to the same pace as everybody else is concerned, and that is going to make for a wild battle here as the race for third place is at least 5 cars deep. And spinning to the infield is the number 107 of Berkeley. He's out of contention. And there's one team to hit for the road. It's getting close to third point. And somehow everybody manages to move through the front step in the infield. Number 16.
Third place belongs to Marlboro in number 92. Fourth place is President Alba. Dixon's Big South Murphy. And Dixon was second place. The third place goes to number 39. The green car is number 12. We stopped a half dozen drivers trying to pass it, including the number 97 of Stewart for a break. And out of speed. Makes it out, move out of the fourth corner. Sideways out of control. Swiftly moving for somebody. Oh, he pushed the racetrack. And he almost wow. As Brown goes over the market tire, he's way out of control anyway. And there it is. The beginning of process. Nelson at the end. Foster to second. Owens to third place. Dixon spins out quickly to pull the entire thing. Blocking several cars as the rest of the racers get through turn number 1 and 2. There's the number 12 is number 15, and that changes the Woods ring. That's a sign that we are slowing down. And thus is speed market putting pressure. First time is coming in. There's Hines. First time. There's one out. Crash the crossover. Check. Hit me. Well, bigger. Number 29. The front is turning. There's one back in the number 47 of Tubby. World for gold. Tubby trying to get restarted that car on that run. The number 29. Finally wins a late model figure 8 race by 1.2 seconds over Dwayne Lee. Third place, number 94 of Bear. Fourth place is the battle coming out of the fourth corner. Sideswiping each other. Bedell back across the line, but number 5 of Frederick O'Neal fourth place and fifth place to Bedell, who came across the line backwards in fifth place.
As they come to the line, who will car following in 115 as the 50 car spins. There's 37, 82 of Hargraves, 5 laps completed. Shears moves into third. Oh, we have another spin as Williams spins in corner number 4. White flag will be shown this time around. John Aldrich has the white flag in hand. And we have another smash of Blackjack Fossey Jr. There's Jerry Bedell. There's Steve Frost. And there's Fred Bear spinning up in corner number 3. Watch Van Meter fly now as he tries to get back up to the field. Another spin up in 3 and 4. Sizemore collected along with Van Meter. As 4 cars now bundle up in car number 72. Following the run up in the fourth corner. That is the Coffee in the run. And now the engine lets go corner number 2. As we have a big cloud of smoke up in corner 1 in this race, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a spin in the crossover. Whoa! Had a spin in the crossover immediately. And now we have another spin up in the second corner as the field bang punches John Connor Jr. Fred Bear comes through now. Bear gets loose and then Whitaker is first through the crossover. There's Bedell, the 77 car in second. And another spin and another pile up. Fred Bear and Bedell battle. And now Bedell is away. Now into corner 1. It's Tina Roten and Clayton Roten. And they do know their way around the Speedrome. We have a car up into the wall. Freddie, who is that?
We got car number 2, which is Jeff and Sunday.
But look at Tina Roten and Clayton Roten.
Car 70 is going through the infield and going towards the head wall. Yell at him!
That is a problem!
We got a red flag. Or the Budweiser car, they're going to try to bend the rear end back up so they're able to drive it. Look at them work out there. Up and down. That's the way they do it out here, ladies and gentlemen.
There goes the helmets. 3, 2, 1. We are racing again, blindfold at the Speedrome. And who's away, Freddie? Do we have a bunch up down here in front of the whole stand?
Jeff Floyd is out in the lead.
turn one. We have a wreck in turn one.
Here comes the Roden car of 25 as they begin to close.
Roden takes the lead on the outside.
Almost as if they can see, ladies and gentlemen. There goes Tina Roden, ladies and gentlemen, for the lead.
Oh, the two cars.
Now we're four across. We're four across on the backstretch, and there goes Roden. Tina Roden is through, ladies and gentlemen. Driving that car almost as she can see. Style at the Speedrome. We are racing blindfold style at the Speedrome as car 88, Jim Burkhead and John Pucker take the lead in car 88. As the 88 car now, we have two cars in the backstretch. 6 laps completed of 10. There goes 50s into the first turn very fast, and he tags the 12 car. The Haskett car bangs. 50 again, all over the throttle. Bam! Goes the 50 car into 58. That's Carolyn Fitzpatrick and Jim Kirby. Our leader has been hit up in corner number 2. He doesn't lose the lead, I'm told. Racing under the green here. Whoa, we have a big hit already. Big hit. 103 and 24. Come on! Go Vicky! Go Vicky!
And they're off.
Go Vicky! Vicky, go!
Oh, man. Go, Robert, go!
Go Vicky, go!
Robert, go!
Everybody, go Vicky, go! Go Vicky, go! Ladies and gentlemen, she's opened up a 3.
There go our officials. Oh, go, 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 go! Those engines won't quit. These guys.
Tiptoes around the 115 Bartholomew car. White flag, and we got more trouble down below. But there is the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen, for Brian Newsom. 17, Jack Smith comes home second, and boy, now we have more trouble at the checkered flag. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jerry Johnson, now they got more cars into the wall.
Number 31 of Hargraves, and Buckler almost spins. He hits Hargraves. He almost goes around. He does crash coming down the front too. Here comes the Smith car. He almost flips it here at the main stretch. Here at the start-finish line. A chain reaction crash brings out the red flag.
Behind them is the number 24 reared and cuts between the cars of Furr and Disbrow. Disbrow's put into the wall by the number 88 car of Klaus. That wrecked Disbrow's and Steve Frost. Fourth row, Donnie Garrison, 84, 44, David Bussey. Fifth row to the number 77 of Kevin Ford. Green flag comes up this time high. Trouble is took out on the start. The number 26 of Damon Morris, the number 71 of Steve Frost into the wall. Coming out of the fourth turn, the number 44 Bussey is out of it. Gary Sr. at 34 has closed on the number 38 of Rackley. And finally, Ford and Garrigus Jr. and Rigdon do each other in at the south end of the racetrack. They come to finish lap number 3 of 15. Running wheel to wheel as they circle the tire. Williams goes wide, Klaus goes high. Now Williams has got the lead. He's got to wait for the rest of the pack. There's Johnson slamming off the number 15 car and taking second place. He rams the number 101 car as the 15 almost gets split coming around the tire. And still it's a side-by-side fight for the lead. Johnson out of control for a moment. Now they're wrecking each other. Returning the one is the 103. Rex Gaskin and forces him into the 102, almost wrecking the number 22 and the 91. And the yellow comes out as we've got 3 wrecked cars. He looks like he's just got to sit there to drive and moving. He's got the car in reverse. He's trying to move out of the way. He wants to live. He's stalled. He's still in danger as the top 4 drivers circle around him with no regard for who's there. Here's the number 88 of Klaus spinning himself out around turn number 4 as we always have a 4-car wreck. And now wrecking each other. Ninthly, the number 102 and the number 91 as number 53 of Owens.
Down the cross line. Keith Graybill pulled the wall hard by the number 17 of Winder as Gillius almost squeezed on number 4 and is finished off by Riley. And Riley takes the lead on the inside of turn number 1 of lap number 3 of more smoke from number 21 of Valley Speed. Orange car is out. The blue car is got the lead. And as Shears starts to pull away, the fight is now developing for third place. Penrod out of control. Almost crashes out. Oh no, he got to the number 34-7 car. The 37 car went into a big rollover on the back shirt jumper, collided with Penrod, and the red flag comes out for an 8-car crash. The number 85 of Penrod collided with the number 37 of Birchfield, sending it first onto the right side wheel, then on the roof as it did a complete 360-degree rollover and comes to rest on its wheels over in turn number 3. The biggest flip, the biggest delay. The fight is now developing for third place. Penrod out of control. Almost crashes out. Oh no, he got to the number 34-7 car. The 37 car went into a big rollover on the back shirt jumper, collided with Penrod, and the red flag comes out for an 8-car crash. The number 85 of Penrod collided with the number 37 trying to pass. And who knows how this is going to run out, because now Penrod hits the number 95 of Winder and promptly spins himself out. Penrod is off the track and the crowd goes wild. And he promptly goes back onto the racetrack and absolutely nowhere to run in the top 5. So here's the circumstance. Camp on watch out trouble. Logan spins and he rips off the front end of Blanker's car in a massive wreck here at the main stretch. Logan is facing the wrong way here at the main stretch. And let's see if we go to run. Now there's trouble as the Penrod car has spun out the Barney machine. Now he spun out Johnson and somehow everybody keeps on going. Well, we got a 4-car crash up the north end of the racetrack. Let's take it out. Weird. Brown, Woodard, and the number 84 Graham. Let's see if those cars can get out of each other's way. As the Wild Niner started one night early, and the post leader Brown has been knocked out of a chance to win this race. As Brown's trying to get out of his own way as we come down to lap number 22. Oh, we got another crash in the south end of the racetrack, and it's the number 85 of Penrod. He's done it again in one fell swoop. He's taken out Johnson and the number 62 of Trail, and somehow through all of this, the number 78 of Camp has got the lead. Who's running in second place? I'm not sure. It's number 56 of Buckler is running in second. Then you've got Morris trying to come between Morris, and Morris hit Green and almost spun him in front of the entire field as Morris almost spun him out. And now the number 25 of Roden gets spun out, and the entire second car in the pack has crashed. It's a 10-car crash caused when Roden got hit and spun out, and then all the cars are trying to get out of each other's way. And number 23 of Van Meter is hung up with Bussey's number 44. Here come the leaders trying to cut through as Owens has got first place. Regan is blocked off as the leaders are trying to disengage. It's another mad event here at the Indianapolis Speedrome, and that clump of cars that got caught in the wreck has managed to disengage. And the number 53 of all there ready to try to overtake the number 22 of Green. While trouble is number 15 got into the wall and crashed the number 8 of Teddy as he got crashed and turned by the number 7 of Rodney Sizemore. Rodney Sizemore hit the number 15 of Dwayne Lee, who would turn put the number of Bussey at the intersection. Through all of this, the number 1 of Dossey is pulling further, and a fair slam right into the number 22 of Green as those drivers play chicken the intersection. Neither driver in the station cut the leader slack. Some people have read that book, but obviously some Harder got pushed into the wall. By number 23 of Van Meter, the rookie has done it again. Is that Ray Penrod in that car or what? Number 23 of Van Meter will have been in the top 5. Now backs along the wall. Come Gibson. And in the middle of all of this, the number 72 McMurtry closes in that much tighter. Brave move coming through between cars for Dwayne Lee as number 94 Bear gets hit and spun by the number 25 of Wilton. That slows the second to 7th place, make that almost 8th place coming out of turn number 2. Up in front, Bolton leads in 102. A spin by number 60 of Williams drops into last, and that helps triangle down in your top 4 spots. Now Miller in 38 moves to 5th place, and here's Weicker in 61, losing a position. Oh no, number 86 of Landon loses the right rear as he got caught up with number 61 of Weicker. That brings out the red. Number 56 charged to the outside of number 50 of Bailey. And now Smith finally spins the 105 behind these drivers. He's out of contention. For the lead, onto the number 87, takes a hit from Hargraves in 22, but still makes the pass. Now Hargraves gets finished off by Barton over in turn number 3, blocking Buckler as they butt each other coming out of turn number 4. Favor number 16. Second place, the number 53 of Owens. Watch out, blue line battle that saves Bolton and the car number 13.
And even came onto the racetrack.
Speedrome leads at number 111.
They're now trying for the lead and spinning out of the number 101 car. Was Radcliffe, but he can get back into it after all. It's a black pony. Look at the deep inside move by the number 62 car of Leclerc to the lead. Now putting Leclerc back to third. Fifth gone down for a moment. Now it's vulnerable to Leclerc's attack as Leclerc and the fourth place number 56 of Buckland trying to move up. Crash between the Purdue number 35 and the number 116 of Pleasant. And with 2 laps left to go. As the number 11 of Bedell is maintaining a solid advantage over the number 23 of Van Meter. And trouble is the number 17 of Andy Sizemore, the number 721 of Dalton. Again, the leader is out by himself, while Sears is backed up right by the number 17 of Smith. That'll take him out of contention to put him a lap down. Not well. Then you've got the number 29 of Jordan and the number 92 of Rival. As the leader is charging with turn number 1 and 2. Everybody gets restarted. Just for the Smith, just for the real disaster in the stock class in the Indianapolis Speedrome. George's rival is number 92 is record. He is almost stopped in the middle of the racetrack. Rival got George crashing behind him. As number 111 and the number 107 car go wrecking. And the number 111 car is facing the wrong direction. Sears and 65. There's no place to go. Into that big twist in the middle of the turn right here goes in as the third of the middle spins out of that lane. And almost gets the number 2. There's Stars over the fourth lane. Is the number 8 of Bruce Penny of the inside is Record Grove Jr. And they stay through wide, spreading around number 23 of Van Meter, still 4 wide as Carson crashed ahead of them. Armour and then number 31 of Whitaker got hit by the number 5 of Gibbs. And that pushed them backwards into the tiny number 2. As cars have scattered all of the 8s. Third place, watch out, Smith. Almost takes out Van Meter and Ford. And now they're almost up into the concrete. Out of the intersection, Radley almost got nailed by the entire second pack of cars. Now 21 of Dawson, and this man look at 23 of Van Meter. Now Owens hits the line. One on the right. And at the intersection, 6 cars almost destroy each other. Escape as they battle for survival. As we got 2 more cars in the racetrack, that's 2 and we'll come down to red. Rick and his lead, which added about 8 lengths on Tony, is now down to 2 laps to go to the third turn of lap number 32. At the intersection, Rackley's cars and Drake is trying to get out of his cars to come down to red. And one of our track workers quickly out there with a fire extinguisher gets the fire out. The hit took out the oil line on Rackley's front end and takes out both Rackley and Rick and his lead, which added about 8 lengths on Tony, is now down to 2 laps to go to the third turn of lap number 32. At the intersection, Rackley's cars and Drake is trying to get out of his cars to come down to red. And one of our track workers quickly out there with a fire extinguisher gets the fire out. The hit took out the oil line on Rackley's front end and takes out both Rackley and Drake cars under red. As the one is concerned, he's feeling everybody around. I was taking these early laps. For number 13 of Randy Aguilar, but Speedrome. And now trouble is now there's the number 39 of Byrne getting hit and put into the wall by the number 90. Rival almost took out Chicken Lewis, and Rival gets further and further ahead as Kenny Stewart is in danger of going a lap down here in the early stages of this event. At the crossover, the number 95 of Wynn spins and almost takes out Rival, who spun to avoid Wynn and falls back, and there goes Bolton back into the lead in the number 107 as Rival almost puts the number 84 of Graham into the wall. Graham tries to stay ahead of Brown. Again, Brown stays right on Graham's tail. He wins the championship. The number 62 car, driven by Fullenkamp, is now stopped in the intersection. Slowness bumped to lap number 13 of this 20-lap race. Kirby in contention, the number 58 coming out of the second corner. Then you've got Daly in 41, the number 92 of Rival, and Hargraves just dumped the third, the number 97 of Stewart, but Stewart was already a lap down. And now Smith spins and gets hit nose first by the number 60 of Williams. Those drivers get out of each other's way. We stay under yellow for a moment, and we'll come back to green here shortly. As there's Skiles aiming hard at the intersection by the number 102 of Lively. Lively's car goes bouncing. Skiles' car does not move. He got hit hard at the intersection on lap number 14. So Roy Skiles has been battling for the lead. Waves at the starter, lobbying for red, and gets it. Wow. Bye-bye Roy Skiles, who was racing for the lead and now finds himself racing for the record. Thoroughly disgusted. Well, there's no real rule in the Indianapolis Speedrome that handles figure-eight racing that says when you go through the intersection, when you don't go through the intersection. The intersection is literally no man's land. There is no real official rule that says you can go through it one time. There's kind of an unofficial pecking order that says the leaders get a break from the lap cars, but there's nothing written in the rule book. The official rule book of Speedrome competition says that's the case. You take your chance every time you go through the crossover. That was the case for Roy Skiles, who went from champion, from feature victor contender to fodder for the A&A record. Late model driver, stand by. Your figure eight is coming up next. Late model driver, stand by. Your figure eight is coming up next. Late model driver, stand by. Your figure eight is coming up next. In the meantime, as we see a discussion of racing tactics and strategy between other drivers on the racetrack, the point that we make is that for the championship between the number 88 of Brown and the number 97 of Stewart and the 84 of Graham, Brown is in the driver's seat literally and figuratively. Brown needs only to finish 11th to clinch the championship. He has so far been staying right behind the number 84 of Graham. If Brown stays one position behind Graham, he wins the top. And he's get it done, even though he basically crashed on the restart. Here's Rival to the inside of Bolton attacking for first place. Can't quite get the job done as he rolled to turn number 2. Jimmy Kirby is in major trouble. His car has erupted in flames on the oval backstretch. Flames underneath the left front wheel well, and will come down to red ever hard. And as the inside comes Rival to the lead. Now there's third cap of the 62 is trying to get his lap back. And the number 84 Graham runs in third. Now Bolton to the inside, bounces off Rival, hits the wall in turn number 3. Rival sails away in first place with Graham on his tail. From this back, but trying to close up on it, the number 21 of Dalvin. Speed in turn number 4. Turn number 3, rather, is the number 27 of Eddie Deal. Whoops, of course, so midway through the 11th minute of this 1-hour race. The number 15 of Dwayne Lee leads going into the first corner of lap number 32. And the gap between first and second place is 1.9 seconds. In second place, down number 14, car spins, that's the number 91 of Gooders on more than his share of excitement here in this race so far. And now big crash over in turn number 2 as the number 7 Rodney Sizemore was put into the wall over in turn number 3 and 4 line racing. Rodney Sizemore ran out of racetrack, and down here in the southeast corner of the track there's a crash involving the number 14 of Manny Angler and another machine who I can't quite identify as we come down to red. And Rodney Sizemore with at least a tie rod broken in the number 7 car. You can hear the tires squealing in the right front as it will not rotate. That flag may be a place in the Indianapolis Speedrome. Mike St. John would pull off the tremendous upset by 2 lengths over McMurtry from the close third to Rich Fenwick and 4th place to Dwayne Lee. But this is no ordinary race. This is the 1-hour figure-eight endurance race. As we see the number 77 of Kevin Ford spin, he has a flat tire on the right. Fight for third is underway. Number 16 of Mike. Well, trouble. One car has lost a wheel, and I think it's the number 20 of Connor, and that brings out the red. And the number 8 of Bruce Tunney almost hit that wheel. Connor had the wheel come off of his number 20 coming through the intersection, and the wheel has now rolled all the way from the south side of the intersection over to the pit exit gate over in turn number 4. That brings out a red. go back onto the track time and time again. It's because they're trying to finish in the top 20 in the late model points of the Indianapolis Speedrome. And whoa, Dre Lee almost got knocked off the track by the number 23 of Eddie Van Meter. That would have been a thundering crash if it had happened. Fortunately for Lee, it didn't. For example, you've seen Kevin Ford come onto the racetrack a couple of times. Ford is down in 23rd. Oh, trouble as the number 23 of Van Meter spins all by himself in the intersection trying to avoid trouble. Tries to get restarted, but instead parks it on the backstretch. Eddie Van Meter may have had enough, but from the angle that car has, I think he may have cut down the tire on the right rear and spun coming out of turn number 4. And you can see the curly Q marks he leaves there that indicate 6 seconds left to go in this event. And Mike St. John goes wide and lets the leader go through. That's something you thought you'd never see from Mike St. John. Behind those drivers, the number 94 Bear bounces off the marker tire, and Bruce Tunney. These guys are hammering each other for third place, one lap down, with Bear and Tunney wheel to wheel at full speed, side by side, every inch of the way around the track. And as these drivers come through the intersection, everybody else better watch out, because here they come. They're still racing dead even side by side. For third place, one lap down. Bear and Tunney side by side, wheel to wheel, closing on traffic. Just now does Bear get a full length on Tunney going into the first corner, and now Clayton Roten figures it safe to rejoin the race. And he still almost managed to get around to third place, number 5 of Rodney Sizemore. This time, for one of those rare cases, it'll be fairly quiet. But what's really starting to get insane is there's the battle up top. Amos got in front of a whole bunch of guys that are running on the lead lap, including Kenny Sizemore and Curtis McMurtry. Amos now goes 2 laps down as he tries to get restarted in the right direction and almost accidentally crashes out the number 21 of Bobby. This is a 100-lap race tonight. When they look over near the start-finish line areas, we see Eddie Snap recovering after a quick spin over in turn number 1. Instead of seeing very close contact with the number 4, now third, number 7 of Robert Amos in his second or third spin of the night, getting restarted, trying to cut through the intersection right in front of the 24 Curtis McMurtry. And taking over third place as the white flag flies. That Hank Smith out to drive, but now Botts and Daly wreck each other, grind each other out of contention, wrecking the Bartholomew car, a 3-car mess, and that elevates the number 69 of Lewis up into the last qualifying spot. Johnson wins the race in 79. The second place, the 17 of Smith, back in just a bit to let him know that he's there, and Bell goes to the outside of Miller to let him know he's there, and there's going to the inside of Bell, let him know he's there. Now Miller and Pleasant wreck each other in turn number 1, taking Miller to the wall, and Veronica Lanham now takes over the lead for an instant, then hits the marker tire as Martin almost crashes and takes the lead. Second place to Lanham. Now Lanham is passed on the outside, flying spot by the number 22 of Hargraves. Then you've got the number 113 car. Fisher got hit by the number 50 and into the wall. The number 50 car got into the 113 Bailey. Hit and wrecked Fisher. Hargraves, but is boxed in. Giles tries to fight his way out of the box to run for the last qualifying spot and does so. Trouble! Big crash in turn number 3. Hitting the wall hard is Jerry Reed in the number 95, who smashes into the wall, going into the third corner, bringing out the red. Golden in trouble, almost spins the car. And Hargraves takes a hit and gets spun out by Whiteman, and Bailey's out of control. He takes out 2 cars, takes out 3 cars on the start. Bernardo Speed hits the Jerry car, then comes up against Gardner's number 71, will come down to red. Second attempt to start the race. Bernardo Speed, he takes out 2 cars, takes out 3 cars on the start. Bernardo Speed hits the Jerry car, then comes up against Gardner's number 71. Into the racetrack, they want to be nowhere near the center of the infield when we come to the end of the laps. We come to the green flag. Good hole shot by Birchfield with the number 37 to take the early advantage, and Griswold, the number 52, dives to the infield early, and high-centered on the marker tire, way to go. The number 115 car of Bartholomew is stuck on the marker tire. There are cars wrecking each other in turn number 4. We've got ourselves at least 2 separate accidents and a red flag in the process. I have no idea what happened to Bartholomew, the number 115. He crashed even before they came to the green. In the meantime, the pole sitter, the number 110 of Schmidt, got center punched by the standards of this competition. Now Birchfield gets crammed by the number 30 of Whiteman. And Baby Bob uses that as an excuse to move on Whiteman as Kirby helplessly spins out of control of the number 58. That's another tradition of the flagpole races here. Kirby stalls yet another tradition of the flagpole races. He's trying to get the car back underway and does so and almost runs into the tire. And here he is almost going a lap down to the other guys that are still out there racing as the Bartholomew number 115 stalls in the middle of the pack. And Baby Bob almost wrecks. And now the number 115 of Bartholomew keeps on going. He loses more and more ground as he tries to get the machine restarted. And here comes the second place. Comes close to the number 71. Third place to number 77. Fourth, 3 wide for position number 4. Bussey took a hit from Rodney Sizemore. Takes it from the entire field, walks in, and the number 5 of Finley as Bussey and Sizemore grind together. Everybody else keeps on rolling. One of those guys has lost a lot of water. It might have been the number 23. 3 times to the end of lap number 1 as they're still running 3 and 4 abreast. Duvall to the outside. Takes a hit to the number 117 of Duvall and spins the road. Brings out a lot of cars as up in front of the number 79 car of Johnson in the lead. And 4 cars have crashed to the back of the field. Front leads as we come to lap number 1. Johnson leads as we finish lap number 2. Third place that comes up along the challenge spins. And there's the Barney car getting hit and spun out by Gaskins. Will everybody avoid Veronica Lanham, who got wrecked in turn number 1. So far running from 7th place down back. We've got the number 90 of Emberton. And now there's Philip Kevin, both getting together. Both gets nailed into the infield and spun back into the path of a lot of drivers in a heavy cloud of smoke. He did not escape. He got hit by at least 1 other car. And now 3 others go piling in as Gaskins gets nailed over in turn number 4. A car that is stopped on the backstretch is Williamson, number 90. Stalled at the middle backstretch. He plowed into the Bolton car. That brings out a red. Johnson has a length advantage. Just watch out. Number 72 car. That 72 will stay warm as standard green. 5 drop as they jump into the third corner. Their teammate stays low high. Luttrell has the tire down to the inside to manage to hold it back and run the way of disadvantage as cars are trying to hold it. The sweep car drives race. The car drops that under. Making the whole out of the race. The number 79 of Johnson to the low side rate, which is a unique concept in American automobile racing. Normally, you have team drivers that are battling against each other. That's the way it is in American racing, even if you have 3 or 4 cars on a team. But in the case of this event here at the Indianapolis Speedrome, you'll have 5... cars as they go into turn number 1. And Eddie Van Meter ran into the back end of the number 33 of Doug Gray as we've got ourselves what amounts to a 15-car pileup blocked here in turn number 1. And some of the team captains are caught in this melee. Here comes the leader, Kenny McDonough, now to try to pass all of the other drivers that are still at the best. Everybody disengages except for Daly, the number 41 will come down to red. And now ourselves what looks like it's going to be a complete restart. It's already down to this 1 team. So there's Sutton in the lead. There's number 71 Frost spinning in turn number 3. Frost is on perfect speed, and now Fenwick's even more drivers down, and now there's the 0 of Rodney Sizemore on perfect speed who slows down, and now we'll stay looking for turns number 3 and 4. They stay dead even side by side through the corner, coming through the intersection. The Ford can't start right in their face, and they just barely get out of the way. But Connor runs into the trail, and then Fenwick runs into Connor as they come to the intersection as they were trying to get around Luttrell's car. Trouble at the intersection 3 stop. It's like cars and red comes out.
As our kids 3 and under, whoa! Oh, we're taking a short course. And we got to ramp it out front. Here we go. Parents, we need you to the inside. We need you to the inside of the infield. Inside of the parents, once we get them headed in the right direction, just stay to the inside of the white line all the way around. Stay to the inside of the white line all the way around. All eyes on our flagman. Green flag is out. And it is waved. Here we go. Again, we need you to the inside of the white line. Inside of the white line to be a help. Here we go. Going into turn 1, it's a flock. Every competitor, and top 5 placement trophies for the top 5. And each night we'll divide these up in a girls race and a boys race. These are youngsters ages 6 and 7 years old, and all eyes are on the flagman. All eyes are on the flagman. Green flag is out, and we're off and almost running as Ricky Howard has kind of crashed at the start-finish line there. We got a 2-bike race out in front. We have Kayla on the flagman, and we're just about, all eyes on the flagman, and they're off as we get off to a clean start. There we go with all riders heading into the first turn. Bike number 33, Bobby Gregg is out in front. 33, Bobby Gregg is out in front. Down the backstretch, and a lot of parents waving them on. They had all eyes on the flagman. And again, these youngsters have helmets. And long sleeve shirts on as required of all riders. And we're just about ready. All eyes on the flagman. The green flag waves, and we're off as they head into the first turn. Again, this is 3 laps. Out in front is Jessica Johnson. For that will be from right here on the track. Girls, top 5, just stay in the infield, and we'll get your trophies lined up here and we'll present them. The green flag is waving, and we're off as they head into the first turn. 41, Mike Anderson gets the whole shot going into turn 1. Joshua Adcock is in second. Mike Anderson still leading. Joshua Adcock is in second, and bike 20 going down the backstretch. When they come around, they will be coming to the finish. Out in front is Brent Fowler and Matthew Smith. And we got one down as the group came up. Here comes your winner, bike number 32.
In the ox car. 8 laps down this time. He's 2 laps away from winning the final event here at the Speedrome. More problems in the crossover. What will Clayton do? He moves to the right. The ox.
And the green flag is off. And going down the backstretch, it's Christopher Ferguson in the lead. Coming up on the inside is David Gordon.
The late model oval feature, and we'll need those cars to move toward the pit gate. Cars for the Kenny's Auto Sales Stock qualifying races, they'll be coming to the racetrack after that. Again, we'll take a look at our racing program for the rest of the evening. We'll have the late model oval feature coming up immediately. Then the 225-lap Kenny's Auto Sales late stock qualifying races, and then the late model figure 8 feature of 50 laps. This will give us a chance to remind everybody about tomorrow's racing at the Indianapolis Speedrome, which begins at 7 p.m. as the Kenny's Auto Sales Stock Championship. The first time in memory that there has been a 50-lap oval feature for the stock class cars of the Indianapolis Speedrome. That will be to championship.
And everybody has their eyes on the flagman. And our flagman looks at the field and waves the green flag.
track, inside the white line, helpers, inside the white line. Thank you.
And some of them make it through. I'm going to get to the inside to get away from the speeders. As they go down the back white line, and they're off. We need it to the inside of the white line, helpers. To the inside of the white line, please. Helpers, to the inside of the white line.
Inside of George for second place in the backstretch of the last lap of the race. And George tries to go to the outside of Rybold as Graham suddenly slows on the last lap, and so did Rybold. And George wins second to Collins as Rybold runs in third place. His car broke in the final corner of the last lap of the race. It looked as if Rybold had that car completely ready to win this event, and then race number 115 to Bartholomew. Bartholomew showing a little smoke, but no big problem yet. Now Disbro way out of control off turn number 4, spins in front of the second part of the field. Radcliffe gets second, third place down to Sloan in the 32 as he outdrags to go into the first corner of the first lap. He almost spins in turn number 1. He lost speed for the entire field. Everybody misses him except for Pleasant and Radcliffe pile into him in turn number 2. And Hart ranks for the